If you want to give good performance feedback, you need to do it at the right time and in the right place. So in this video, I want to look at when and where to deliver performance feedback. In an earlier video, we looked at the distinction between formal and informal performance feedback. Formal performance feedback is often scheduled, planned, and takes place at a specific time and at a specific place, whereas informal performance feedback is unplanned, it's spontaneous, it takes place where it takes place and when it is necessary. So let's divide our analysis into those two chunks. We'll start with informal feedback, and you should give it where and when the opportunity arises. The value of informal feedback is in the proximity to the event, both physically and in time terms, and the spontaneity of your reaction. The simple rule is praise in public, reprimand in private. If you observe someone doing something well, then praise them there and then in front of their colleagues. However, if there needs to be a critical element to your feedback, then you might ask that person to step away and take them somewhere more private. If you need to schedule that feedback for the future, it becomes formal feedback. But if you walk them down the corridor and find an empty room, this is still informal feedback. So if you're going to swap into a more formal form of feedback, then give them fair notice. Otherwise, be casual about it, even if you're being critical. And many times, if you treat mistakes in a light-hearted way, you avoid the demotivation that can follow. But there is something very important to say. You should never simply vent your anger under pretense of offering feedback. If you are angry about something you've observed, if your emotions are running high, then do not give the feedback there and then, or there will be a significant risk that you'll say something in a way that you will regret afterwards. At these times, the best thing to do is to walk away and to schedule a formal session for when you have calmed down and can look objectively at the evidence of what you've observed. Formal feedback will happen at a scheduled time that needs to be appropriate and in a specified place that needs to feel safe for both participants. Oftentimes, your formal feedback will be good news, but sometimes you will need to have a difficult, complicated conversation which has the possibility of making one or both of you uncomfortable. So the importance of a safe space is paramount in these circumstances. Formal feedback can often take place in an office or in a meeting room. It is possible to schedule it outside of the normal workplace, places like cafes and hotels, where you can have a certain amount of privacy, but that can also be inappropriate. What's most important is that you understand the culture of your organization and the culture within which your organization is sitting. You need to make sure that the person you're giving feedback to will feel comfortable and safe with the environment so as not to exacerbate the impact of adverse feedback. Appropriate timing often means as soon as appropriate after an event that you're giving feedback on, or it means within a cycle of feedback as part of the business process. And as a manager, you will be giving different sorts of feedback on different cycles. There may be very, very formal annual cycles and less formal meetings with your team members, perhaps on a monthly or a fortnightly or even weekly basis. And of course, the formal feedback will also be supplemented by the informal feedback we've talked about. Finally, for formal feedback, it is worth thinking about the room layout. So I'll put a link in the description below to a short video I made about the psychological implications of different room layouts for one-to-one meetings. Please do give a thumbs up if you like this video. There'll be loads more great management courses content to come, so please do subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any. I look forward to seeing you in the next video, and in the meantime, keep learning.